Hello, this is Mr. Waterman. This is Precalculus 9.2b, more on ellipses. Now we're going to take an equation that's kind of in a generalized form, and we're going to put it into standard form, complete the square, and then we're going to figure out what the major features are of it. So first step is to gather the like terms and get the loose number, the constant term, over to the right side. There, magically that appeared. Now we're going to factor out the greatest common factor between the like terms. So for the x's, that's going to be 25 is going to come out. That's going to leave us with an x squared minus 8x. And again, since we're going to complete the square, we're going to leave some room there in the parentheses. And then for the y terms, we're going to be able to factor out a 9. Put some parentheses, we'll be left with a y squared plus 4y. And then again, we'll leave room. And we get the constant term that we subtracted from both sides over on the right side now. So next term is just like when we were working with parabolas and completing the square. We're going to do the same thing. So we're going to take opposite of b over 2 squared. So for this one, b is negative 8. So b over 2 is going to be 4. And we're going to square that. So we're going to add 16 to both sides. Alright, and repeated for, this is not the opposite of b, whoops. And then for the y group, we're going to complete the square over here, so that's going to be b is 4 over 2 squared, which is just 4. We're going to add 4 to both sides of this one. Okay, so we can go ahead and complete the square. We've got this 25 sitting out here. Oops. When you have a 25 sitting out here and you've added 16, you're not just adding 16 to both sides. We are adding 400 to both sides. So let's go ahead and make that correction on this side. That's actually a 400 sitting there. And ditto for the y terms, blew that too, so that's 9 times 4, or 36. See, even teachers are mortals and make mistakes occasionally. So here we go. So the 25 stays out there, and this is now, after completing the square, this is going to be a perfect square. So this is going to be x plus 4. So remember, it's not the 16 we put here, it's the number we added, the b over 2. Alright, so that was the 4. And for the y group, we're going to have the y plus 2 squared. And then we can go ahead and add all these constant terms together. We got 436 minus 211. So that is approximately 225 sitting out here. So now, last thing to get this into standard form is to go ahead and deal with the 25, the 9, and the 225. So we're going to go ahead and divide both sides by 225. Working on the tablet tonight, not quite as nice to write on as my interactive whiteboard. So everybody knows 225 divided by 25 goes into 225, and we end up with x plus 4 quantity squared over 9. And likewise, since 9 times 25 is 225, we're going to have a 25 underneath here. We have a y plus 2. So we now see that the major axis is going in the y direction. And we have a 1 here. Okay, so they asked us to go ahead and sketch a graph. So if we scroll on up, we can take a look at some of the major features here. All right, so this is a translated ellipse. This should have been, seeing some issues again. Darn it. So let's go back and fix some of these signs up here. This was a negative, so this should have been a minus, another minus. All right, so we got x minus 4 here, x minus 4. So what I normally do, but students don't seem to like it, is I add a negative 4 squared to both sides. Because then you see that this was a minus and you don't blow that. So you always take the sign of the middle term. Okay, so a translated circle, so the center is going to be at 4 comma negative 2, because that's our h comma k. And a is 5. All right, so this is, I can go ahead and throw up the general form of the equation again. So just a sec. So general form here is x minus h squared over b squared plus y minus k squared over a squared equals 1. And this is for one where the major axis is vertical. And we know that because this value here, this denominator is bigger than 9, so that must be our a value. So from that we find that a equals 5, because a squared is 25, and b equals 3, because b squared is 9 over here. So, so now we're going to show how to plot this. So let's push this up a little bit. So basically we're going to go ahead and stick the center at 4 comma negative 2. So this is our center. Whoopsie. Just draw the center. Okay. A equals 5, so we go up 5 from this. Since we're starting at negative 2, we're going to go up to 3. So this is going to be 4 comma 3. And then we're going to also go down 5, so negative 7 comma 3 is the other vertex. And then the co-vertices are going to be right here on the minor axis. And we're going to go out 3 both directions from our center. Alright, so we'll go ahead and draw the major axis just for fun. Nice straight line, not really. And that's the end of this video. So let's go ahead and work a problem. So the problem for video 9.2b is to find the standard form of the equation of the ellipse below, find the center, vertices, foci, and eccentricity of the ellipse, and sketch the ellipse. That's it. Thanks for watching.